A young man puts his key in the lock, turns it, and opens his apartment door after a rough day of work. He steps inside feeling defeated, tattered, and worn out, with little to no hope for anything good to happen soon. But this is to no surprise. It's been his usual state of being for the past 8 months now. You see, his past has always haunted him. He lost his mother early in life due to a car crash, has never had a real solid group of friends, and never excelled in his education or sports he tried to play. All of these things have accumulated into his subconscious and manifested themselves into his present reality. But what happened 8 months ago is what really set him over the edge. It started with his girlfriend. The once bright light which shined through all the darkness that would have otherwise swallowed him started to dim in the final months of their companionship. Through his depressive and emotional states and unwillingness to let go of his past and create positive change, she slowly started to lose feelings for him. She would tell him, "Listen babe, there's always a chance to improve, a chance for a brighter future. You can't keep letting the past weigh you down." But he'd never listen. Eventually, that lack of listening started to impact his girlfriend's well-being, and in an effort to save her own sanity and no longer partake in something she had little passion for, she decided to end things once and for all. Shortly after this catastrophic blow to his self-esteem and psyche, he was presented with even worse news. Because of his inability to let go of the past, which led him to partake in a poor lifestyle, he was diagnosed with insomnia, generalized anxiety disorder, and chronic depression. These diagnoses slowly transferred themselves into his physical body, and every day he would wake up in severe pain with little to no energy. After this brief self-reflection of all the things that led him up to this point in time, he slipped off his clothes and got into a hot shower. These several minutes he spent in there, allowing the steam to consume his identity and release those negative thoughts and pains he felt from his insomnia and 12-hour job, was the only real time he ever truly felt at peace anymore. As he dried himself off, brushed his teeth, and forced himself into bed, he couldn't help but continuously repeat to himself, "I wish none of my past ever happened. Or at least, I wish I had the power to change it. Then I'd never feel the way I do and be where I am now." By some miraculous stroke of luck, the man felt himself slowly drifting away into deep sleep for the first time in months. In this conscious state of unconsciousness, he had a dream. And he was probably able to fall asleep so well because he had a Helix mattress. Before we get into this dream that this young man had, I actually had the idea for this video in a dream on a Helix Sleep mattress. So what is Helix Sleep? Helix Sleep makes custom mattresses and bedding that are customized to fit your needs and conveniently shipped right to your door. So I am personally a back and side sleeper, and when I went through the quiz on the Helix Sleep website, I found out that the Helix Dusk Luxe was the perfect mattress for me. And I've just been absolutely loving it. I've had the mattress for several months now. It's the perfect firmness for me. It's medium firm, so not too firm, but not too soft for my very large 210-pound body. I just sleep so much better, and I no longer wake up with back pain. That was one thing with my mattress before this, was that I'd always wake up with a little bit of lower back pain, and that completely went away. And I really hate shopping for mattresses in store and having to go through the whole process of getting it delivered and then having to set it up. And the best part about all of this with Helix is that they deliver it to your door for free. It just comes rolled up in a box, and it's super easy to set it up yourself. All right, obviously not being able to try out the mattress in a store before you buy it, it's a little sus. You might be on the fence about that, and that's why Helix has a 100-night sleep trial, so you get more than 3 months to try it, or they can just pick it up for you and they will give you a full refund. And the mattress has a 10-year warranty, plus they have financing options and flexible payment plans available if you need it. And getting a good quality night's sleep is like one of the most important things for every aspect of your life. So if you're looking for a new bed and to improve your sleep, you can check out the link below in my description, which is helixsleep.com/Cole Hastings, and you can get up to $200 off your mattress. Thank you to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the story. As the man slipped deeper into this infinitely complex realm, and the dream world unraveled and morphed into different shapes, figures, and unexplainable objects, he was presented with a device. This little device, which resembled a remote control, gave him the ability he'd always wanted. The ability to change his past. His dream self marveled in awe and couldn't speak as he was so overjoyed. He finally got what he had wished for. So, as expected, he started to change the things from his past that he didn't like and redo the situations that hurt him in a way he wished they would have gone. He started with his upbringing. Instead of avoiding the people he wanted to become friends with due to his social anxiety, he pushed himself out there and befriended those who he idolized. To soak in the joy of this once aspiration he had finally attained, at least in this dream state, he spent a couple of months hanging out with these friends, enjoying what it felt like to truly belong with a closely knit group of people. The girlfriend he had lost, he took better care of. He listened to her, he changed, and he put in as much effort throughout those couple of months as he did when they first started dating, so they never broke up. He took better care of himself, and because of his consistent motivation from building good habits, he landed a better job that didn't require him to work late into the night so he could spend more time focusing on his relationships. And his beloved mother, the only one who was ever there for him, who always helped him get out of a rut or helped pick him up when he fell down as a child, was able to live longer than anticipated because he was able to stop her from driving on that day when she was supposed to die. He finally had everything he ever wanted. His dream self wanted to stay here forever, to never wake up again and go back to what plagued his horrible reality that he never thought should be his reality in the first place. "This is how it should have been," he said, still in his dream. "This is how it always should have been." His dream self, knowing he didn't have much time left before he would wake up, decided to fast forward to his present day reality to see what it would look like had he not gone through all the struggles, heartbreak, and pain of the past. And once he hit play, he found himself in a jail cell. Confused as he'd ever been, he asked a nearby guard, "Excuse me, sir, can you tell me how I got here?" The guard responded, "You lacked empathy and compassion because you never went through any sort of real struggle, and so your riches led you to start a company with those friends you made that scammed innocent people into giving you their life savings. You even got some people killed because of it. Eventually, the FBI caught on and sentenced you to life in prison." The young man stopped holding onto the bars, took a step back, and tried to internalize what he had just heard. "But what about my girlfriend?" "Oh, her?" the guard said. "You ended up having a child with her. Cute little son. But she divorced you as soon as she found out what had happened. Now he has to grow up without a father." Oh my God. And my mother?" "Don't worry, she's still alive," the guard said. "But she's been bedridden in a hospital for the past year, experiencing more pain than you'll ever understand, ever since she developed terminal cancer." The man in the cell fell to his knees, horrified of what those around him had become and had to deal with, all because he decided to change his past. He sat there, crying in the cell, screaming to himself, "Wake up! Wake up, damn it!" As he quickly woke up, he touched his face and realized those tears from his dream followed him to reality, and they quickly turned to tears of joy. That day, he set on a path to change his entire outlook on his future, the present, and most importantly, the past. He had awoken to his blindness. He realized that most of the things he went through, the mourning, the loss, the heartbreak, the loneliness, actually happened for the better of himself and others. And he now saw it as an opportunity to grow. An opportunity to grow into a better, more well-rounded man, able to handle the inevitable sufferings of life. And he became grateful for all that life had tried to show him now that he had ears with which to listen and the perspective in which he needed. He spent the next year working on changing the things he no longer liked about himself that had followed him from his past. He found a great group of honest, hardworking friends that shared similar interests. He even started a successful company with those friends, which was an adult daycare to help keep the elderly active and fresh on their feet. He took care of himself as well, and eventually found another woman who he fell in love with and got to call his girlfriend. It had now been exactly 1 year since the night he had that dream, and he decided it would be a good day to visit his mother's grave. He placed the flowers down in front of her tombstone and said to her, "Hey Mom, I miss you a lot today. So much has changed since we last saw each other. You would have been really proud to see how far I've come. I've learned to let go of my past and use it as a tool for growth rather than a thorn that keeps me stagnant. I know I'll experience everything I once had before. The negative emotions, loneliness, loss, pain, heartbreak. It's gonna happen again and again, and it's gonna hurt a lot. But now, I've chosen to willingly accept this fate. Because I now know that whatever the universe decides to write in my life's journal is what is true and right for me, and is a chance for me to gain a more enhanced, evolved perspective on myself, so long as I give myself the chance to reflect on it properly. So I just thought I should let you know that. Rest easy, Mom. I love you. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you to all my patrons on Patreon. If you don't know what this is, it's a platform separate from YouTube where I'm putting out exclusive content, and you can talk to me one-on-one over the phone on there. The link is in the description, and that is it. I hope this gives you a new perspective on your past. If you're looking for another video like this with the same sort of storytelling, try out this video. Might help you as well. With that being said, goodbye.